What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Cyber Realm. Today, I become a magical girl. So what I have here is a game on mobile called Magia Records. Now, if any of you who's seen the anime Madoka Magica, you should be familiar with the concept of magical girls. This is a game made by Aniplex, which is, in my opinion, very similar to the game Fate Grand Order, if any of you have played it before. So, what I'm going to do here is a quick introduction to Magia Records and my personal opinion on the game itself. I'm going to be breaking this game down into multiple different parts. First being its gameplay, second being its mechanics, and third being its graphics. So quickly jumping into our combat, we can see that this is very much resembling a turn-based RPG, because it really is. So we have two sections for the combat really essential to us. The first being the battle discs, as you can see, the 5 that's down below here, and then we have the skills, which is activated by the right side, and these skills are only applicable when you have memorias equipped. Now, memorias are essentially equipments that you can grant to your magical girls, which they can take into battle with them. Skills are active at all times, and there are passives that can come with skills, which are not really activated during combat like these are, but can be activated is constantly activated at all times. So jumping to the combat, we can see that there are different discs here. There are primarily 3: Excel, Charge, and Blast. Now the Charge improves the damage that's done later on. Excel is to grant yourself MP, which you can activate Magia on the left side, which is basically a special, if you will. And Blast just simply means blast. You blast the enemy. You're basically looking at a high damaged attack. And as you can see on Blast, particularly, there is an arrow signifying the direction of the attack. As you can see here, we're dealing with rows and columns, so in particular, this Blast attack is rows. Now, it is important to mention that Blast discs are the only one that can hit multiple enemies at once. Depending on which section you're hitting, you can either go horizontal or vertical. In this case, I'm going to go with horizontal. The vertical ones will show up, of course, using the 2 vertical arrows up and down. But to initiate combat, you select 3 of the battle discs, any of them of your choice. Once you select 3 discs, the combat will begin, and we're basically looking at some animations. You can double the time to make things go faster. That is essentially the combat. Okay, so here we are back in the beginning of the menu. Now, there seems to be a lot of things going on, but really it boils down to a couple of things. First being a team composition. Now, if you want to create a team, you head over to the team comp, and you can select any of your characters and substitute them for a character of your own. So, any of them will be evolved here. You can also filter them by attack, defense, or HP, or rarity. I typically sort by rarity, that's what I generally do. And we have filters, which allows you to filter to any element, to any specific attribute. So I'm going to just quickly demonstrate. I'm just going to search for someone else like this. This spot is always left empty for a support unit. That's why I say you will always have 4 characters on your team and 1 character from your support team. It is not necessarily to take on every single character, because what you can do is actually just take them off. You can also change the position of the support of where they want to be in order to better suit your circumstances. Aside from team composition, as you can see, we can also have equip memorias down at the bottom. Now, this allows you to take a look at what kind of equipment you have for your characters. Now, like I said, there is no weapons, armors that you can equip to your characters, but memorias are kind of the thing. They will grant you a small bonus to your stats, such as you can see here, HP and attack increased by a certain amount, defense not included a part of the combo. Then it has what we call as a skill. Now, the skill itself can have a skill description that simply says blast damage up. Aside from that, we can also see on the top left corner that this is a blue, or it signifies a star and a moon, I suppose. That is a signaling passive. So meaning this is not a card that you can activate as a skill in the middle of the battle, but this is constant throughout the entire battle itself. So, unlike active skills, as you will see here, with a red glow, or red aura, or red orb, it can activate a lot stronger. The effects and benefits are much stronger. It says damage inflicted down tier 9, all foes 1 turn. Status ailment resistance up, tier 8, self 1 turn. So this is basically looking at a huge buff, but it only lasts for 1 turn. As you saw in the passive one, it did not actually include the time it takes for the duration to be active for. That's because it activates for the entire duration of the game, or the entire duration of the battle. So this is where you kind of do majority of the things that you want to your magical girls, including changing their pose, taking a look at what they are, favorite them so that you don't have to end up losing them. Go ahead and enhance their magic, meaning basically enhancing their levels. We have these orbs, which considers as XP pots, and you can just tap on them, grant them levels. Pretty simplistic. It's there for every single game. We have enhanced Magia. Magia, as I mentioned before, it is considered one of the special or ultimates of a magical girl. Now, by collecting the amount of materials to upgrade the Magia, the benefits of the Magia will increase exponentially. Now we have Awaken. Awakening is basically where you grant your magical girls, or evolution really. As you can see here, we have magical girls that's around 4 stars, or this one, particularly Kamihara, is 4-star, but there is 1-star grayed out. If you completely awaken her, you will find her at 5-star. So basically the evolution system. Unlock magic. Now what this does is it allows you to equip more Memorias. Now we take a look at scouting. So where we have premium fate waves. Now there is a pity system in place where there is a guaranteed magical girl within 100 tries. If you do not get it anywhere in between, at the 100th, you will definitely get a 4-star. However, if you do get it in between, the guaranteed magical girl will reset back to 0. So the scout, I'm not going to say too much. The rate of obtaining a 4-star is actually fairly low. I'm not going to say it's that great. It has a 1% chance to obtain a 4-star girl, but in reality, it's actually much lower. So you're kind of expected to save up a lot of gems, try to go for one thing if you can, and don't try to waste your gems anywhere else. So this is where we kind of find ourselves some goodies. Ooh. So we have the Magia chips, which allows you to gain these evolution chips, which allows you to unlock more Memoria slots. It is important to mention that the 4-star girls, meaning the premium ones, do not appear in here. So you're looking at 2 stars and 3 stars at best, and that's it. Then we have the friend points, the support points. You kind of want to save up your support points for this shop here. Don't spend them on the scouts if you can, because you get 10 free support point scouts every single day. So use that instead and save up these, because sometimes there will be a scouting ticket in here that you want to purchase. The Magia stones, this is generally where you want to save up your memory diamonds for, or memory diamonds, jeez, what am I, back in SAO? Anyways, so we're talking about these gems where you can, every month it will refresh to a bundle of 10 times tickets and an AP potion and breath. Now, it is important to mention that these 10 times tickets is equivalent to 250 gems scouts, so they're actually much more worth it than scouting with gems. So if you can, save for this every month, and you'll find yourself getting some tickets in no time. And of course, these are event shops. Seeing the events are already over, it is nice to try to collect them as you can. That's all for the shop section. Now we can display the stories and mirrors. So the stories are actually downright pretty straightforward. We have the main story character over here. We have the another story, which is kind of like a side story. You can complete these 4 gems as well. We have the magical girl stories. This is what you need to be able to unlock their doppels, and also some other things of the magical girl. So as you bond with the girls, I mean bond as in use them on your team frequently, there will be an episode XP which rises as you play. Now once it reaches a certain threshold, it will just simply unlock more and more episodes for you. You can complete these for gems, for goodies, and for those Magia chips. Okay, next we have the Labyrinth quests. These are evolution quests as well as XP quests. You want to do them as quickly as you can to gain yourself some high-leveled characters, because levels actually make a huge difference in this game. Next, we have the last tab, which is for events. In this case, we have the Mitama special training, as I showed you just earlier before. So, overall, I would say, the mechanics of this game is pretty complex, but it's not something out of ordinary. It is similar to Fate Grand Order or any of the other roleplay games. In fact, I'd say this is fairly more straightforward. It just has the basics, and it doesn't really expand too much to some crazy extent. And by that, I mean, look at Honkai Impact. Come on. Alright, so with that out of the way, we're going to talk about graphics. So as you guys saw in the gameplay earlier, the graphics aren't that bad. In fact, I would say they're actually pretty much the same thing as Fate Grand Order. Some of you probably know that in Fate Grand Order, the frames drop quite drastically when you're playing the game. That is unknowns to me. I don't know what the reason for that is, but in this game you're looking at a pretty smooth frame rate, so at least there will be one benefit to you. And that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed a little rundown on Magia, because I'm going to be making videos on this very soon, starting to collect some information about the units, and I'm preparing to start doing some banner reviews on this. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If any of you who plays Magia would like to talk to me about more, then by all means, send me a comment down in the comment section below, and that's all for today. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!